Hey, fellow cruisers! Welcome back to Dusty Cruises, where we inspire Gen X adventurers like you to explore the world, one vacation at a time. Today, we are diving into a detailed review of our balcony cabin number 15435 on the beautiful Carnival Celebration. Whether you're considering this cabin or just curious about what it's like, we've got you covered. Let's start with our first impressions. Located on deck 15, cabin 15435 is a balcony stateroom that immediately felt very comfortable. It was very inviting. The room was clean and modern. It was packed with everything that we needed for a good cruise experience. I was a little concerned because it's no secret that the newer cabins on these mega ships are smaller than the ones that we are used to. Most of our cruises have been on small ships like the Carnival Freedom, Conquest. We've done the Sunrise. Those are smaller ships, and the cabins are actually bigger on those ships than they are on the Mardi Gras, Celebration, and Jubilee. So I was a little concerned that I would feel cramped, maybe even claustrophobic. But to my surprise, the layout and the design was very well done. I barely even really noticed the difference. In addition, the light and the bright decor made the space feel larger than it was. We really loved the layout of the cabin. It had plenty of storage space, good functional design, and it had those carnival splashes of color that remind you are on vacation. And now let's talk a little bit about the features and the amenities of the cabin. Inside the cabin, it had all the essentials. We had our beds set up as a king size. It was very comfortable. I have never had any issues sleeping on a Carnival mattress. It had the regular flat screen TV that was of moderate size, and it even had your little mini fridge for late night snacks, and we use it mostly to store our drinks in. There is one thing to know about this cabin, though. It is a connecting room. So it has a door that goes into the cabin next. Those are kept locked unless you are sharing with the people next door if they're traveling with you. But it does emit a little bit more sound in that area than a solid cabin wall would. We didn't have any issues with our neighbors, though, so it worked out fine for this cruise. The desk area doubles as a vanity, and there was plenty of storage. You can see that there are three or four drawers there. And of course it had the regular Carnival closets. The one thing I really liked on this ship is these wire drawers that are in the closet that you can pull out. They also have a drawer on the bottom that we used to put our shoes on that you could pull out. That was really nice. It was great because you put your shoes in there and just pull the drawer out and go and choose the shoes that you wanted to wear. So I did enjoy that. There were plenty of outlets in the room. We didn't get very much video of the outlets, but there were plenty of outlets. We did have an issue with USB ports, especially the ones next to the bed. They only have the USB-A's. So your newer phones, like the ones that we have, there's no USB-C. So we had to do our charging at the desk. Thankfully, Mr. Dusty Cruises absolutely loves electronics and is a techie person, so he had everything that we needed to get our stuff done. Now just a little bit about the bathroom. It is compact. I felt like it was smaller than even some of the other bathrooms that we've had on other Carnival ships, but it was well designed. It had good water pressure in the shower itself, and it did come stocked with Carnival's body wash and shampoo. The glass door was the nice feature of that bathroom, though. I hate those sticky shower curtains. gross. I don't like those at all. So I did like having that shower door. Now to talk a little bit about where this room is located on the ship. Whenever you're booking a cabin, it's always good to look at the location. Some people prefer the back of the ship, some prefer the front of the ship, some prefer midship. Some people like being towards the top where all the action is. Some people like being at the bottom where it's a little quieter. And this cabin is on deck 15, which means you're one floor below the Lido deck, where all the action is. I mean, you have two pools on the Lido deck. You have Shack's Chicken. You've got the buffet. You have a couple of other restaurants like Blue Iguana, Streets Eats, and the Seafood Shack. All that's located on deck 15. We had to go up one deck. We could get most of the food that we wanted, enjoy a couple of pools. So, I mean, really nice location. We were about midship, so we could choose to go up either the midship elevators or the back of the ship elevators. So I liked the location. A lot of people do not like to be below the Lido deck because there's a lot of noise when they start moving the chairs, like in the early morning, putting the chairs out, or in the evening when they put the chairs up. But I didn't have any problems. I don't even remember hearing any noises coming from the Lido deck, except the occasional sitting out on the balcony. You might hear a little bit of music or a little bit of people, but it was just like faint. So we had no problems with noise. So I enjoyed the location. To me, it was a great location. It had everything that I needed. Now, before we get to that all-important balcony, that's the highlight of the room, let me take a moment to introduce any newcomers to Dusty Cruises.
We are a Gen X couple balancing full-time jobs with our passion for travel and exploration. We have fantastic adventures, and we hope to inspire you to get out and discover the beauty and thrill of travel just like us.
Now, let's get back to the video and talk a little bit about that balcony. I know you have all been waiting. That's what we all want to see, is the balcony. Now, the balcony, it was the highlight of any cabin. I absolutely love having a balcony cabin. There's nothing like stepping outside to take in the fresh ocean air and hear the soothing sounds of waves. However, there's something to know about this cabin. While you do have a wonderful view of the ocean, the way the ship is designed, you also have a great view of a whole bunch of other people's balconies. You got a great view of the balconies over on your left-hand side and down below. You'll see in the video here that we had just a great view of other people's rooms. In fact, there was one lady below us that in the morning she would be sleeping on her balcony. We'd get up and go out there and we could see her sleeping. So it's not as private or as panoramic as some might want in a balcony. So keep that in mind when you're booking. If you're going to book on Carnival Celebration, keep that in mind for some of these balconies. It's still a great place to sit and relax and unwind, but not as private as you might want. So just kind of keep that in mind. So, final thoughts. Would we book Cabin 15435 again? Well, I really enjoyed the room. I had absolutely no problem with the room. But if we were going to book again, I would try to book a different cabin only because of the limited privacy on the balcony. We spend a lot of time on our balcony. I enjoy almost every morning I get up and I go sit out there to watch the sunrise. So I spend a lot of time on the balcony. In the evenings, we sit out there before going to bed, after going to see shows and that kind of stuff. So we spend a lot of time on our balcony, and we do like to have a little bit of privacy. I do need to say here, though, that you never have complete privacy on a balcony because there are cameras. But we do like to have not where we can see everybody else so much. We do have a cruise booked next year on the Mardi Gras, and so we're thinking about calling our travel agent and seeing if they can get the room changed. We looked at the ship, and the cove balconies are down close to the water and offer a lot more privacy. And that's one thing we like to look over the balcony into the water. You know, we want to see if we can see any animals swimming near the ship. So we like to look into the water, not into someone else's balcony. But I would take the cabin definitely again, or a similar one, because I never say no to cruising. So although I would prefer a different one, I would still take it. I want to thank you for watching, fellow cruisers. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Let us know in the comments below. Have you stayed in a Carnival balcony cabin before? Are you planning to? We'd love to hear about your experiences. Until the next time, keep exploring, and as always, happy cruising. Like the Freedom or the Conquest or Enterprise, or Enterprise is in a ship. That's hilarious.
That was gonna kill me.
Well,
I didn't hit record.
did you really not?
Or maybe.
Oh, I wanted to thank you for watching this video, and if you found this review